It is 5:30 in the morning. We
And
have
it's
a
drizzling.
Yes, it is now drizzling, so I'm not sure how this trip is gonna go, but we're going to figure it out.
It might have been a big mistake. This was the only place that opened at 6 a.m. It's called Overgrown Cafe and Bar, and they were able to whip up some breakfast for us to go real quick. The van just pulled up, off we go. The ride to the harbor was just about 5 minutes. The tide is super low. You can see the boats are far out. As we arrived here, we had to pay 300 pesos for snorkeling. This tour is really funny. You just pretty much paying for the boat ride at the hotel concierge, which was 1,000 pesos per person, and then everything extra that you have to pay is not included, and we'll tell you what else we have to pay for.
The best part about the whole thing is that the weather looks like it's clearing up. Well, it's a little overcast, but it should clear up for the rest of the day. Fingers crossed. We just arrived at Basag Island, which is our first stop on this 3-island tour.
And the ride was about an hour. We did see dolphins on the way as promised, but we didn't really like the way they do it. All the boats literally chasing the dolphins, and there's just a couple of pods of dolphins. They're really small. The water is gray because of the weather, and the dolphins are gray, and you kind of see them in
Just
the
their
distance.
tails.
Yeah, so it wasn't really that great of an experience. And this island is supposed to give us the opportunity to snorkel, but
We're not going because the weather is just not great. And it looks like this whole entire day is going to be a wash, but hopefully the weather will open up and we'll be able to do some of the activities. Let's talk about the payment system here. Now, coming from the Western culture, we're usually used to like paying everything up front and then everything is then taken care of on the back end. Well, here, that's not the case. That's not how they operate here. The way it's done is we booked our ticket for this tour through one of the local hotels. We were just walking around. You could also get it from street vendors, and they're always, getting you to try to come out on these tours. You're just paying to get to the boat. So they'll take you to the boat area. In our case, the van picked us up, brought us to the boat area where all the boats are. From there, you have to pay the captain of the boat another fee to get on the boat. If you don't have any type of snorkeling gear, which a lot of people don't carry snorkeling gear with them, what's going to happen is when you come to the island, they have snorkeling gear for you, but there's going to be an additional fee. So if you want the masks and the tube, that's basically 150 pesos. If you want snorkel fins, that's going to be another 150 pesos. So basically what it comes down to, everyone is their own individual vendor. The boat captain is his own vendor. The hotel, they're their own vendor. And when you come here to the island, they're their own vendors to sell you, even if you wanted to rent GoPros, they have that for you. So they basically have everything you need. It's just additional fees. So you're constantly having to pull money out to make payments.
even to go to the bathroom, it is 10 pesos to go to the bathroom.
Exactly. So again, it's just something, I guess, to get used to or to look out for. It's not going to be like your all-inclusive where you pay one person everything up front. And lunch, I think, is included.
Yes, the only thing is included is lunch. But when you get to the islands, there is also an island fee that you have to pay to support the locals.
Right. So again, you just constantly have to be dishing out money. But that's just the way it works here.
The equipment looks pretty decent here, and there are a lot of varieties of fins, all different sizes. They have even long fins, short fins. It's pretty good how they have it set up here.
Another thing I wanted to mention is that when you get dropped off at the first location, which is to get on the boat to come here, you have to pay an additional 300 pesos if you decided you want to go snorkeling. And basically what that does is kind of hold a seat for you. Well, when we got here, it was already downpouring. So we decided, you know what, we're not gonna go snorkeling. So what we did was, in the group of six that we were, well, eight that we were in, there were four people who didn't pay and weren't going to go snorkeling. So what we did was we just basically gave them our ticket, and then they took our seat to go out snorkeling, because again, they have to take you out to go snorkeling. That's why you have to pay for it. The way this works is, once you get on this island, you come in on one of the larger boats. Then from there, when you're going to do your snorkeling, they have these smaller boats. As you can see, this family is getting on the boat, and they take you to another part of the island. We're not sure where as of yet, but they take you to another part of the island where you can do your snorkeling. Our guide said there are places that have sea turtles and different things you could see under the water. But again, we won't be able to see that because of the weather. Yeah.
This is an inhabited island, and the locals who live here, they set up little shops for you here, restaurants. You can buy souvenirs, coffee, breakfast, lunch, or get some type of food here. But our food is included, so we'll get it on the next island.
Now that we are leaving the island, the sky has broken open and we're getting some sunlight, so it looks very promising for the next location. We just arrived at Virgin Island, and this island is actually more beautiful than the island we were just at. This is the second and the last island on our tour. This island is kind of like a crescent shape with a beautiful sandbar.
It took us about half an hour to get here, and basically what we are waiting right now is for our lunch that is included in our tour.
Most of the boats are just kind of pulling up and arriving, so, and some has been here before, so I'm not sure if they all kind of come at once and kind of leave at once like we did in the other island. But again, we do see some of them making their way out to this island. So from the other island where we once were to this island, it was choppy, and I'm assuming because of the wind. As you can see, it's very overcast, but I think we were going into the waves as opposed to when we were going to the other island, we were going with the waves. So yeah, it was really choppy.
This little house is the facility for our lunch, and here is our food. This massive platter is good enough for 4. Okay, this is an official Filipino way of eating. There are no utensils whatsoever, and they gave us gloves to eat our food with. Let's begin. That's so hot. I'm trying this seaweed thing.
It's like a gummy seaweed.
Yeah, it looks creepy.
Slimy.
Very seaweedy, but nice texture.
The pork is bomb.
Pork is bomb?
Pork is bomb.
Yeah, and these are sea grapes. Nice texture, but very salty.
And this is land okra.
Oh yeah, I love okra. This is good. No salt at all. Maybe, but this is really good. All right, let's put this whole situation aside. I hope whoever got my slippers did get a good use, and I really hope they were barefoot before and they really needed the slipper that they took from me. And anyway, besides this fact, let's kind of recap and give a fair evaluation of this tour. Is this tour worth it? Well, the fact that it was only 1,000 pesos plus a little change here, there, and everywhere, it is very affordable. But rating the stops and the things that these stops have to offer, I think if you don't go on this, you're not missing anything.
I think that's a really good way to put it. If you didn't do this tour, you're not missing out on anything. You could take your valuable time and go to Duan, what is it?
Duan Luang
Duan
Beach.
Luang Beach, which the sand is white, soft.
Clean.
The water is beautiful. You could go all the way out and the water's waist deep. It is beautiful there. That beach was way better than both of the beaches we went to. Our first stop, again, it's not something that you could walk, pottery sand. All the boats are clogged up in the area where the beach is, so the boats are all in the way. And then you go snorkeling. It's not like you're seeing anything like corals or a lot of fishes or even like turtles. They say they have turtles, but it's a hit and miss, you know? So again, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, and again, you can go snorkel anywhere else, so you really don't need to take this tour to go snorkeling. And the second island is kind of dirty. It has seagrass. It's not really that pretty. Of course, if the weather was better, the blues of the water would come out and it would look better.
It would look better.
But still, overall, I think there is literally nothing to do. You're not gonna go swimming in this water because there is a lot of seagrass. The lunch was mediocre as expected.
It does have a decent sandbank. So people go out. There's a lot of people taking pictures. So I guess there are excursions that do come here. Just a lot of people taking photos. And the guides, they have these little cool things that they do where basically they dig a hole in the sand in the shape of a heart. They put your phone in it and then you jump and take a photo so it looks like you're jumping over a heart or whatever.
But it only depends on your guide.
That is true because our guide did not do that. But again, yes, you know, it's a sandbank, right? And who doesn't love sandbanks? And it goes out, it's in the shape of like a, I guess like a crescent, right? So, you know, all in all, it's okay. But again, like we said, if you didn't do it, you're not missing out on much, even if it was a bright and sunny day.
Yeah.
So now I guess it's time to head back to the mainland. We're going to relax for a little bit and then freshen up for dinner tonight. We have another beautiful location to go to, and we could see if maybe we can get Irina.
No, we definitely need to get me slippers because I'm not walking barefoot the entire time. Surprise, surprise! We actually got another stop before heading back. This is the actual Virgin Island, but this is more like a sandbank, and now the sun is out, so we have a little bit of sunshine and a tiny piece of a sandbank.
As you can see, we are all refreshed now, ready for our evening dinner here at Mosa.
We are starving. Mosa is a sister restaurant to Miss that we featured in our previous video. If you haven't seen it, be sure to take a look. It is an incredible experience. We arrived here at 7:30 p.m. and this place gets really busy. So while we're waiting for our table, there is no reservation, walk-in only. We get in some drinks and this tastes so good. We just got seated and they brought us a menu, and the menu is an iPad with pictures. It's so cool. Everything looks so gorgeous. I don't even know what to choose. Wow, look at that.
I ordered coconut mango chicken. It looks delicious, smells delicious. Now let's see what it tastes like. Oh.
For our main courses, we are sharing this very interesting dish, fish, kind of like fish and pizza. So what it is, it's a butterfly freshwater milk fish, and it's made like a pizza. There's cheese, truffle, mushroom, tomatoes on it. It comes with different kind of sauces. So it kind of looks like pizza, but it's actually fish. And we also ordered seafood pasta, and it also has truffle in there. Let's dig in.
I don't mind Mosa at all.
We were pretty impressed how many places here in Bohol accept credit cards. Pretty much 50-50 restaurants you can pay with the cards, and of course 50% with cash. And if you've been watching us, you know we've been living in Thailand for 9 months, and even in Thailand more places accept cash than credit cards. Here is pretty good. Overall, I think the food was okay. It was excellent presentations, great service, and fantastic ambience. Our dinner was $44 for two with cocktails.
So now we're gonna call it a night because we have lots to do tomorrow and we're bringing it all to you.
Salamat so much for watching, and as usual, we'll see you in the next one.